Look, the simple fact is, if you think this is tough and you're not being treated fairly,
isn't tough and easy.
Imagine what it's going to be like dealing with Putin, or dealing with President Xi, or dealing with the Islamic terrorism that exists. This is a tough business to run for president.
I know, you're a tough guy, Jeb.
You're never going to be president of the United States by insulting your way to the presidency.
Let's see, I'm at 42 and you're at 3, so far I'm doing better.
Doesn't matter.
So far I'm doing better. You know, you started off over here, Jeb. You're moving over further and further. Pretty soon you're going to be off the end.
It sounds more and more what my daughter said that I said in the beginning. All the fighting and arguing is not advancing us.
Hey, stay with us. I'm Bill O'Reilly in the Weekdays with Bernie segment tonight. How did the CNN moderators do? And what about the debate at all? Bernie Goldberg joins us from Miami. So let's take the debate overall first.
Yeah, I think you were right in what you said earlier. It's very tough to break through with so many people on the podium. It's tough to break through the clutter. I think, and this is totally subjective, everybody has their own opinion that maybe stems from their own biases, but I think Rubio and Christie did the best. And just as important, I think the people with low poll numbers didn't help themselves tonight. Not because they didn't make sense, not because they didn't sound smart. They did. But I don't think they broke through the clutter.
All right, just so everybody knows, Cruz had the most time, 16.5 minutes, followed by Trump. 13.5, Rubio 13.5, almost the same as Trump. Christie 10 minutes 45 seconds, Carson 10 9 seconds, Bush 10 7 seconds, Paul 9 minutes 37 seconds, Fiorina 9 minutes 27. Kasich had the least amount of time, 9 minutes exactly. Now I debated Dr. Krauthammer earlier about how not only is it hard with 9 people to get any rhythm going and to convince the American people that you're in charge, that you have a vision of the world is going to help them. That's the key. You have to convince the voter that you're going to help them. Very hard with 9 people. But it's also hard when you got a guy who's trying to blow the system up and succeeding in blowing the system up. And that's what Donald Trump has done.
Yeah, Donald Trump is proof that Abraham Lincoln was right. You can fool some of the people all of the time. I'm with Krauthammer on this one. Donald Trump says he's going to round up 11 million people. Okay, he's not. 11 million illegal immigrants. He's not. And you suggested even he knows he's not. Donald Trump said that he would institute the death penalty for people who kill police officers. Well, that may be a great idea, but that can't happen. It's up to the states, not up to Donald Trump, the president. Donald Trump says he won't allow any Muslims into the United States. It's one thing to say we're not allowing any Syrian refugees in. That's a legitimate case. We're not allowing anybody from Afghanistan or Pakistan. You could make that case, but you can't say we're not letting anybody of a particular religion.
But here's where you and Krauthammer make a mistake.
But here's the thing, Bill. If you're suggesting that it's simply a strategy, even if it's a successful strategy, that's not a good thing.
But there's this
that's demagoguery.
Wait. He's saying he wants to do it. He wants to do it. And therefore, he is coalescing votes around him because other people want the same thing. That's what this is all about. Now, about the debate itself, there was an interesting soundbite from Trump directed at CNN. Go.
I think it's very sad that CNN leads Jeb Bush, Governor Bush, down a road by starting off virtually all of the questions, Mr. Trump this, I think it's very sad. But I thought it was very unfair that virtually the entire early portion of the debate was Trump this, Trump that, in order to get ratings.
But Mr. Trump,
all right, does Trump have a point there?
If he does, not much of a point. Look, I think Wolf Blitzer and the other CNN moderators learned an important lesson from the CNBC moderators. Don't do what they did. Don't be snarky. Don't try to start a food fight. Just ask legitimate, reasonable questions. And I think for the most part, the overwhelming part actually, they did. I think there was one question that was unfair. Just one is a pretty good percentage, but that was Hugh Hewitt's question to Dr. Carson when he said, so you're okay with the death of thousands of innocent children and civilians. Nobody's okay. Nobody's cavalier about the death of innocent people.
That. He got booed. The crowd booed him for it.
Rightly so. Let me tell you how it works, and I wish one of the Republicans had said it as clearly as I hope I'm going to say it. If there are 3 or 4 terrorists in a house in Raqqa, Syria, planning an attack to hurt Americans, and their family, their brothers, their wives, and yes, their children are in the other room. The children are totally innocent. But do the grown-ups think that these ISIS leaders are insurance salesmen? Do they think they're accountants? They know exactly what they're doing. And a leader has to make a very, very difficult decision. Am I going to send the drone in and kill the ISIS terrorists along with the others? Very tough decision. But it's not insane to contemplate that decision. And nobody is cavalier about making that decision.
All right. Bernie Goldberg, everybody, thank you. Brett